Hey guys, what's up? Back here with another video. As you can tell by the title, this is my second episode, my second podcast, my second sportscast podcast. Same thing, right? It's a podcast. I just call it Sportscast. This is where I talk everything about sports. I have some gameplay for you guys. I know it's not podcasts don't really have gameplay in it. I just cannot do just a sit down and you guys just get some bonus gameplay. Because that's what I got. Anyways, I have 5 things I want to talk about today. The XFL, the MLB Blockbuster trades, Tom Brady, the NFL offseason, and sports games. My next 2 episodes I already have planned. It's the MLB offseason, we're going to be talking about that. And then we're going to be having another episode for the NFL. So those 2. So these are going to get longer as I continue. Some will be long, some will be short. I hope you guys do enjoy these though. There's just a little podcast that I'll do. I'll try to get at least 1 out every single week. Anyways, yeah, let's get started. XFL. This weekend was the opening weekend. There was 8 teams. Dallas, Tampa, DC, Houston. There was a lot of, I can't remember them all because they're relatively new. But my team, personally, I like DC Defenders. We got the dub this weekend, beating Seattle, I think. No, it wasn't Seattle. Maybe it was. But we are 1-0. Basically, there's a lot of good players scored. Sorry, got something. I'm sick right now, so it's kind of hard to talk. There's a lot of good players to watch. Cordell Jones is one of them that I think we should be looking out for. And, you know, I definitely think he's a really good quarterback, very talented. So, I'm just trying to find out. So, guys, hold on. New York Guardians. Shoot. Is another team. So, St. Louis, Houston, New York, and DC are undefeated. Every other team, Tampa Bay, Seattle, LA, and there's one more. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get used to this. I'm bad at podcasts, I'm trying to get back into it. But those are the 4 teams right now that are undefeated. Alright, and finally, the future of the XFL. I know, this was pretty bad, I'm sorry. I did awful commentary there. Like, that's my bad. But the future of the XFL, this is really the big part. I really enjoy it. I think this is a perfect, because I think we all know, we can kind of tell, no one's going to be able to take on the NFL and win. We've seen it happen in the future. Teams have come close. The AAFL, I think, last year. Close. The AFL, originally. They compete. It merged. The NFL wins. So this is smart by them doing it after the NFL season. Just more football. It's for the, like I said, there's their slogan, for the love of football. That's what it is. And I really like, you know, they're doing a great job. I love it. It's just, if you guys haven't watched the XFL yet, go check it out. I mean, I didn't really have high expectations for it. It was amazing, man. It was good. The XFL, I can definitely see this lasting. If they keep doing what they're doing. The ratings are gonna skyrocket. Hopefully, I mean, the AFL, though, was losing views. With the XFL, I definitely think it can maintain. Short seasons, just 10 weeks. Smart. I'm hoping they'll add more. I'm thinking there's gonna be more weeks as they add more teams, and I hope there's new teams. There's a lot of cities. When you first think of it, Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, a team in Minnesota, and there's a lot of teams places that you could put a team. But yeah, that's basically all for the XFL. Moving on, Blockbuster trade. If you guys do not know, Mookie Betts was part of a trade package that the Boston Red Sox made with the Dodgers, and I believe the Dodgers made a separate trade with the Minnesota Twins. So let's get into it. Who was involved? There's a lot of players. I'm not going to name them all. The two big main players of this. Well, there was the pitcher from Minnesota, or going to Minnesota, I think. But the two main players obviously were Mookie Betts and David Price are going to the Dodgers. I mean, Dodgers have been great for years now. So, I'll say they're a dynasty. They're a dynasty that has not won a championship yet. But they're definitely what I would say. I mean, that's a scary outfield, though. Right now, because there's one more thing I'm going to cover later. Jock Peterson is not getting traded yet. So as it stands, you have Jock Peterson, you have Mookie Betts, and you have Cody Bellinger. Well, that's lights out. Pitching? Well, now you've got a three-headed monster that could maybe rival Washington and Houston, Chicago, Cubs. They've got Walker Buehler, David Price, and Clayton Kershaw. I mean, they're definitely built now. I mean, they've been built to last. That's just kind of funny. I can't wait to see them play. Even though I don't really like LA because they keep taking out Chicago. Besides the 1 year that we took them out. So, basically, the grades. Let's just put the grades on. I don't know. I think I'm gonna give the Minnesota Twins were separate. I'm just gonna give Minnesota a B. I mean, nothing really happened for them. LA A. Definite A. They definitely got everything. They kept Jock Peterson somehow. I mean, that's a definite A for them. And then for Boston. Boston. I'll give him a C. I want to give him a C minus or a D plus. I'm gonna give him a C. They didn't. I don't think they really hoped themselves. Maybe they did. Who knows? I mean, the definite reason I think I'm not gonna give them a D plus is because they actually did shed payroll, which is what they wanted to do. But now they have no talent. They were like a one year really good team, amazing team. You know, you could say that same thing with the Cubs, but I mean, they've still been quite successful over the last couple years, though. But unfortunately, Boston had one great year and now they're back to mediocrity. And probably worse at this point. But they still have Rafael Devers? I'm sorry, I can't say that last name. They have him. JD Martinez. So there's upside. They have a couple pitchers still. I just don't think they won. I don't think they did great. So, who won the trade? This is hard. I think this isn't hard. LA clearly won this trade out of all of them. I would say LA won the trade big time. How did I say that was hard? That was not hard. Yeah, LA definitely won. Alright, future of Jock Peterson. Um, Jock Peterson. I think he's still trying to trade him. So he might still be traded, but I think they might try to keep him. I mean, it definitely is still hopeful if they keep Jock Peterson. And then another thing I want to talk about is Chris Bryant removes his arbitration, got, figured out all that stuff. I really, as a Cubs fan and as a big Chris Bryant fan, since he is my favorite player in the MLB, this is painful, but bias aside, God, this is gonna be hard. I still don't think we should trade him. The Cubs. Sure, we could get some players back. I mean, yeah, it could help contract wise, but I give him a shot with David Ross' system. Let's see, maybe something else spark. Give him 1 year. If he still does bad, then it's time to come loose, I guess. That's painful, but that's my basically unbiased opinion on that. So basically how these are going to work is I'm going to go through basically almost every sport. So I'll be going through XFL, MLB, NFL, NBA. I'm not really a soccer or hockey guy, so that's not going to be here. I'm sorry about that. And I had sports games. But next up we have Tom Brady. So Tom Brady, his future. Today, Philip Rivers declared that he is not going to be going back to LA. Well, I think it was both him and the Chargers who said that. And I don't know where Tom's gonna go. I think he's gonna go back to New England. I think they're just messing with us. I don't know what's going on. I think it's New England or nothing. I don't know. New England, this is my prediction where he's gonna go. He may go to somewhere else, like LA or Chicago. There's a lot of quarterback needy teams. I mean, it's a very quarterback deep class. Tom's obviously number one. People are gonna be going for him. I think he goes back to New England though. So there's 7 players so far that have retired, in the last 265 days. There's a lot of them, and I don't know. It's just crazy because it feels like it's just one after another. Gronkowski, Andrew Luck, Antonio Gates, Luke Kuechly, Eli Manning, Vernon Davis, Eric Weddle, and possibly Greg Olsen. This is just I don't know. It's there's a lot of people retiring. This is just another topic. And that's crazy. In 365 days, 8 people who really helped the league change it. Some top players have retired. I don't think it's ever really happened before where all these really good players retire right at once. Around the same time, yeah, maybe over the course of a couple of years, within 5-10 years, but not within 365 days. So, NFL offseason. Trades are heating up for the NFL draft, possibly Redskins, Dolphins, possibly Lions, Dolphins. Dolphins. I mean, they're the biggest piece in this NFL draft that can change everything. It'll be definitely interesting to see what happens. I'll do a little more with the NFL draft as that day approaches, and I'll probably talk about it in the NFL offseason. So, some key players in the draft, though. I just want to go over a few, maybe 3 to 5. We're going to be taking a look at, obviously, number 1, I think the most interesting player is Tua Tagovailoa. Or, I'm not going to try. But, She is definitely, she would have been number one if he would have gone last year. I think. Maybe. I think he would have been number one. I think it worked out though. Kyler went number one. It was probably smart for him. I don't know though. And he's gonna be a top 5 pick. I think we can all tell that. He's going to Miami. Miami wants him. Just like since he hopefully wants Joe Burrow, which is our next player, which he has an incredible amount of talent. And I can't wait to see where he ends up. Probably Cincy. And then, Chase Young. Please, Washington trade with, please Miami, Washington, somebody just trade, and, I don't know, maybe Washington doesn't take Chase Young. I mean, it could have theoretically happened. It's not like they really need Chase Young. They've got quite a stellar defensive line that they've worked on. Maybe they take him. And then, moving on, the Super Bowl review. I should have done this about a week ago, but it was great. I think it's been a week, got to process it. It was honestly a pretty good Super Bowl, though. Really close game, high scoring. Had everything you look for, refs weren't really involved in it. Finally, for the NFL, some teams to watch out for. I think number one are the Ravens. I think we all know them. The Ravens are going to be number one. As long as they have Lamar Jackson. Number 2 would obviously Kansas City. 3 would be the 49ers. And then last but not least, the Patriots, because they're always going to make things interesting because of the Patriots. And my final topic of this video, this is going to be kind of a long video, these are podcasts, so... sports games. Madden 20 promo, Ultimate Legends review. Overall, pretty good promo. I mean, we just got some new cards today. Got a lot of solos to do if you guys like solos. Yeah, good promo. A lot of good cards. Calvin Johnson. We're gonna get a lot. Julius Peppers this year is new. It's good. MLB The Show 20. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna start my countdown. We're gonna have rankings, like 2 a week from MLB The Show. Probably starting next week. To recap, and then my final video will be the final game, like the final one of that little series. Will be a gameplay. Can't wait to see a lot of the next game. And finally, I just wanted to kind of touch base on this. Possible XFL game ideas. I would like to see an XFL game. It'd be fun. You know, use the XFL teams, the XFL players. Why not? I think they would get good sales on it. Go try it out. So that's all I really have to talk about today. I'll be continuing to work on these podcasts. I still have videos planned. So I'm gonna be making a lot of playlists, so you guys, everything's organized for y'all if you guys want to find a series. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe, and